and welcome our blood viewers to RTD's News English edition. As usual, we bring to you the major and top highlights of tonight. A national forum addressing the challenge of climate change took place today. And on the international scene, ongoing massacres, internet blackout, and hospitals struggling to function due to fuel shortages in Gaza. Those were the major and top highlights. Welcome back to our newsroom, our beloved viewers. The Prime Minister, Mr. Abdelkader Kamil Mohammed, today received in the honor hall of the Premature Mrs. Alessandra Roccosalvo, resident representative of the United Nations Development Programme UNDP in Djibouti. Discussions focused on the launch of urgent project carried out with the Ministry of the Environment aimed at harnessing the strong energy potential of the Gulf of Tajarrah through the gradual installation of tidal turbines. A prototype already successfully tested confirms the technological viability and its industrial stability of the project, with the construction of the first large turbines capable of producing up to 80 MV, intended in particular for sweetener distillation in hydrogen production. Mrs. Roccosalvo affirmed the UNDP's commitment to support the Djibouti government to make Djibouti a pilot site in Africa for renewable energies. The President of the National Assembly, His Excellency Mr. Delita Mohamed Delita, on Thursday, September 18, 2025, welcomed on a courtesy visit the new Ambassador of French Republic to Djibouti, the Honorable Jérôme Bresson. The meeting took place in the Honor Hall of the Parliament in the presence of Mr. Lorient, a political advisor at the French Embassy, and the Honorable Ismail Grel Boudin, Secretary General of the National Assembly. The President of the Parliament and the Ambassador reviewed the current state of Franco-Djiboutian bilateral relations. They also discussed concrete ways to strengthen the historical ties of friendship and cooperation between the two countries and their peoples. Particular attention was given to the best fundamental principle, which is the best relationship between the two states, that they rest on the bond that unites their peoples. The Ministry of Women and Family today chaired from the headquarters of her ministry via video conference meeting of the 29th session of the Arab League's Committee on Childhood. This meeting brought together representatives from several Arab countries, including Saudi Arabia, the People's Democratic Republic of Algeria, Qatar, and many other member states, and was devoted to evaluating progress made in protecting and promoting children's rights in the region. The meeting also addressed the dramatic situation currently prevailing in Gaza. Participants unanimously condemned the massacres of children committed by the Israeli army and expressed their solidarity with the Palestinian people, calling for collective mobilization to protect children in conflict zones. The session thus served as a platform for exchange and solidarity, reaffirming Arab countries. Let's now listen to the speech made by Her Excellency the Minister.
Ladies and gentlemen, I cannot begin my speech without first address open wound in our sisterly Palestine, where the Israeli occupation is committing horrific crimes that do not differentiate between children and women, or between young and old. Everyone is afflicted by death, starvation, and suffering. We condemn these brutal crimes in the strong term and pray Allah for the swift establishment for a free and independent Palestinian state that guarantees the full right of its children and enjoy peace and sovereignty. Dear attendees, the Republic of Djibouti is an active party to many international agreements concerning childhood. Since the establishment of the Ministry of Women and Family Affairs in 1999, the government has given great importance to childhood issues, creating multiple strategies for the care and protection of child. The ministry is currently working on implementing the National Childhood Policy 2022-2035, which focus on early childhood development, and the care of mother and children.
Djibouti, confirming its ambition to become an essential logistics hub for the region, welcomed a delegation of journalists from Rwanda, Uganda, and South Sudan, who came to discover firsthand the port and industrial infrastructures transforming the country into a strategic platform for regional and international trade. At the crossroads of the Red Sea and the Indian Ocean, Djibouti has deployed state-of-the-art port and industrial facilities capable of hosting the world's largest ships and meeting logistics demands, and thereby consolidating its role as a strategic crossroads for East Africa. This visit, widely covered by the press, highlighted Djibouti's geostrategic importance, new considered an essential hub for global trade and maritime transport. The SGTD, integrated back in 2009, has a capacity of more than 2 million TEUs per year. Its quay, between 1,050 and 1,200 meters long, with a draft of 18 to 20 meters, allows it to accommodate the largest container ships, including superposed Panamax and ULCV vessels, with 12 modern crane, including 4 ULCV and high-performance equipment. The tournament set a record of 100,010 TEUs handled in a single month, placing it among the most competitive on the continent. The visit particularly highlighted the Sea Air Cargo Initiative, a fast-growing multimodal program that is establishing itself as one of the most immersive and innovative logistics solutions on the continent. This mechanism smartly combines maritime and transport, leveraging Djibouti's unique geographic position. It significantly reduces the transit times, optimize costs, and strengthen connectivity for landlocked countries, especially in the Great Lakes region, while opening new perspectives beyond the African continent. The delegation of media professionals from Rwanda, Uganda, and South Sudan was able to witness firsthand the modernity and operational capacity of these manufacturers, appreciate the major progress of Djiboutian ports and terminals, and understand how they can improve regional connectivity and trade. And now, remarks from the Ugandan journalist who particularly impressed by the rapid development of Djibouti's national infrastructure in recent years. And after him, we will hear the remarks of the South Sudanese journalists.
I last came here. I visited different ports, all right, and I found them at different stages of development. When I came back, it's totally different. I was at the fuel jetty in Demaljuk. It was just an earth and moving pipes and everything. And when I got there, I thought I was in a different place. And I asked Ambassador Hassan, I said, what is this? He said this was constructed in just 4 years. 4 years. I think about 3 kilometers into the sea. I was lost for words. So, I mean, first of all, hands up, thumbs up for President Omar. He's a magician. I can't believe this is being done in Africa. In Nigeria, the same project was, I think, I'm told it's done for 15 years. That's unbelievable. If you have leaders like President Omar who can do such things on the African continent, create opportunities for Africans using African resources, it's unbelievable. And then that coupled with the people in Djibouti, very nice people, very hardworking, that if they could get a chance, 100% chance, to be involved in, the utilization of these projects, it can make a difference. Yes. I can't believe it.
Yeah. I have 1 week here in Djibouti. In 5 days that I spent in Djibouti, I toured some very infrastructural place. One of them is the port. We went to the drill port, the container port, the dry port, and we went to the Marjok. We went to pre-zones, and we took a tour around the Red Sea. Secondly, when you look at the Marjok oil terminal, South Sudan is known rich in oil because a lifeline that our people depend only on the oil because the rest of the resources, we abandon them. So we use a long route that connects us up to Port Sudan. And current situation of Sudan, the South Sudan face challenges. But when we have option, like using of the Marjok oil terminal, then we will option to this business. Then our oil will go to the international market with the cheap price. Given the fact that there is air cargo, I went to the airport with the colleagues. We film it very well. There is a need for South Sudan. You need medication, you need electronics, you need other service. Those things can be shifted from Asia, particularly China, can be shifted from the rest of the European country by sea. Just only 2 weeks to Djibouti and 3 hours to South Sudan by air. I believe that one, it will cut the cost, and it will also, security-wise, it will be good, and there will be no damages of the things. I believe, and based on my observation, Djibouti is offering a free world to the East Africa and the region, and particularly South Sudan.
An official certificate award ceremony was held this Thursday at the headquarters of Djibouti's firefighters. The event, led by the Colonel of the Fire Brigade, Colonel Mahmoud Musa Mahmoud, gathered the residents as well as several officials. The participants received their certificates following an intensive 24-hour training session organized last June, just before the start of the holidays. The session was made possible thanks to the cooperation and support of the French Directorate for Security and Defense Cooperation, whose presence in Djibouti reflects a framework of friendly and frontier exchange. The ceremony was also an opportunity to award medals to officers and non-commissioned officers who had completed the same training in June but had not been distinguished at the same time. The decorations are now in your hands, recalled the Colonel, congratulating all the participants. The event highlights the ongoing efforts of Djibouti's firefighters to strengthen their skills and consolidate international cooperation in civil security and defense. The National Youth Forum on the Impact of Climate Change on Youth Health was held yesterday at the Sheraton Hotel here in Djibouti. Organized by the Movement of Youth One and Indivisible of Djibouti, this two-day event was held under the auspice of the Ministries of Health and Environment in collaboration with the World Health Organization, WHO. More than 200 young people, the Secretary General of the Ministry of Environment, the Acting Secretary General of the Ministry of Health, WHO representatives, UNDP representatives, experts, decision makers, and civil society representatives took part in this national forum. For 2 days, participants debated the effects of global warming on the health of Djibouti's youth and proposed adapted solutions. Let's now listen to one of the youngest who were present there.
We have benefit in this forum about that as young leaders and unemployed young people that we face every day difficulties with climate change, and for the 2 days we have understood how to face those difficulties daily. And I hope after this forum, as young leaders, we will be able to go forward with how to be more concerned about health and climate change.
The National Meteorological Agency will create a maritime meteorological service at Dorali Multipurpose Port by installing maritime weather stations and a buoy to ensure the maritime safety both along Djibouti's coast and under international mandates. The establishment will be responsible for producing maritime weather bulletins for coast and offshore areas. This will be broadcasted regular bulletins twice a day at 7 a.m. and 7 p.m. and special marine weather bulletins in case of strong winds during the Khamsin season or rough seas, accompanied by weather advisories. Currently, the ANM products a marine weather bulletin twice daily, but with these more sophisticated instruments and weather models, it will be able to provide more accurate and reliable marine forecasts and bullets. The six ports will benefit from highly advanced meteorological products that meet maritime safety needs. Yesterday, beneficial rains fell in several regions of the country, confirming the long-awaited arrival of seasonal rain. The Dakhel region and its surrounding localities, as well as the city of Ali Sibih, recorded intermittent showers in the areas of Kuntali and Sheikh Khaitu. These rains transformed the arid landscape, reviving the soil and giving hope to nomadic populations. Flooded wadis now provide vulnerable water resources, facilitating the passage of herds in the search for pastures. These rains are a real relief for families in the area who have been suffering for months from a particularly severe drought. They are vital contribution for livestock, which remains at the heart of the personal economy in these regions and strengthen the resilience. Beyond their immediate impact, these rains herald a more favorable outlook for the coming season. They also highlight the importance of government efforts in weather monitoring and sustainable water resource management to support populations and mitigate the impact of climate variability. Launched in October 2024, the Last Mile project illustrates the government's firm commitment to bringing medicines closer to populations, even in the most remote areas of the countries. It represents a major step forward in implementing the national pharmaceutical policy. To date, CAM's entire logistics fleet have been mobilized in Tajura to ensure the quarterly distribution of medicines to all healthcare facilities in the region. Pre-packaged and labeled orders will be delivered with a maximum of 48 hours. The operation was supervised on site by CAM's Director General, Dr. Hassan Abdurrahman Ilmi, who personally traveled to Tajura to closely monitor the activities and encourage the mobilized teams. The event was attended by Mr. Habib Jilani, Deputy Prefect of Tajura, acting on behalf of the Prefect Mr. Ali Dini, representative of the Regional Council and local elected official of Balhur. They recalled how this initiative helps bring healthcare products closer to rural and nomadic communities. The extremely exemplary condition of the Director General of the Tajura Regional Hospital, Dr. Ibrahim Muhammad Dimbio, was also praised. The young hospital, inaugurated in December 2024, now plays a central role in implementing national health policies at the regional level, such as logistic operations, reinforce its status as a reference hub for healthcare delivery, pharmaceutical support, and backing for female health posts. From Tajura to Uganda, we're on the verge of a green and sustainable revolution is Uganda. In a report described as a historic roadmap, the World Bank asserts that Uganda has the potential to transform climate change challenge into a driver of sustainable and inclusive economical growth. According to the country's climate and development report, such investments will not only protect the economy from climate shocks, but also create thousands of green jobs, improve agricultural productivity, strengthen energy security, and attract new international financing. By committing to this path of climate-smart growth, Uganda could become an inspiring example for Africa, demonstrating that it is possible to combine economic prosperity and environmental sustainability. Shifting gears towards the international scene now, Gaza under bombardment, ongoing massacres, internet blackout, and hospital paralysis. More details with Tariq Adnan.
The 713th day of the extermination war against the Gaza Strip, the Israeli army continued its massive aerial bombardment, destroying numerous buildings and civilian infrastructure, causing the death and injury of dozens of Palestinians. According to local hospital sources, 62 Palestinians were killed since dawn this Wednesday, including 40 in Gaza City. At the same time, media on the ground reported a complete shutdown of communication and internet in large areas of the city, while dozens of families continued their exodus to the center of the South Territory, fleeing the intensification of Israeli attacks. Gaza's health authorities also denounced Israel's deliberate refusal to allow the World Health Organization to deliver fuel to hospitals, worsening the paralysis of medical equipment and putting hundreds of patient lives at risk. The Palestinian Ministry of Health also condemned the bombing of Al-Ratisi Children's Hospital, calling it a systematic strategy to disable the entire healthcare system in the besieged enclave. In the face of these violations, local authorities are calling for urgent protection of healthcare facilities, medical personnel, and patients in the Gaza Strip.
The ozone layer on track to return to 1,980 levels thanks to international efforts. Tariq Adnan again with the details.
Which published by the World Meteorological Organization confirms Earth's protective ozone layer is in the process of recovering. In 2024, the hole in the ozone was smaller than in recent years, and scientists estimate that it could return in 1980 levels by the middle of this century. The Ozone Bulletin, published on September 16 for World Ozone Day, attributes this positive trend to coordinate international efforts, particularly the Vienna Convention of 1985 and the Montreal Protocol of 1987. These agreements led to the gradual elimination of 99% of substances and deplete the ozone layer. The Vienna Convention recognized ozone depletion in the stratosphere as a global issue and established a framework for research, monitoring, and scientific assessment. Data indicate that in 2024, the ozone hole over Antarctica was smaller than the large gaps observed from 2020 and 2023. On September 29, 2024, the maximum ozone mass deficit reached 46.1 million tons, a figure lower than the average recorded between 1990 and 2020. The phenomenon developed more slowly than usual, was followed by a rapid recovery seen as an early sign of improvement.
Well, but these are vlog viewers. We finally conclude this edition. Thank you for being with us, and make sure to tune in later for more as usual. Have a wonderful evening and take care.